All aboard the Rhema Gospel Express. All aboard the Rhema Gospel Express.
Keep your faith in Jesus.
All aboard Jesus.
He's always
Rhema Gospel
there for
Express.
you. He will.
Rhema Gospel Express. Rhema Gospel Express. All
Keep your faith in Jesus.
Jesus.
He's always
Rhema Gospel
there for
Express.
you. He will.
Rhema Gospel Express. Rhema Gospel Express. All aboard Rhema Gospel Express. We know we're blessed, walking in spirit, not flesh. Proclaim Jesus to all the nations, letting them know we're throwing down sounds that's good for your soul. We win them souls through lyrical melodic notes. Rhema Gospel Express, hitting coast to coast. Yeah. Hey y'all, what's up? This is your girl Glow, God's love only, and you're listening to Rhema Gospel Express.
San Antonio and global listeners, right now, from D.W. Brooks Funeral Home, we have Mr. Danny Brooks, Jr. He's going to be talking to us about what's good for you and what you should prepare for. Don't go away. He's coming up right now. Good morning, Mr. Brooks.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, yes. Like to do. Oh, yes. I love it because every time that I see you and the crew that works with you doing it, it's so professional. And you make the family feels at home.
That's right.
Share with us about Brooks Funeral Home.
Good morning. First off, Elder Lockhart, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here. It means a lot to kind of have a few moments to talk about the funeral home and how we help the community and just take care of our families. Before I start, I have to give a quick shout out. I want to thank my father, Reverend Brooks Sr., my dad, my mother, my brother, and my Aunt Joyce. She said she was going to be listening. And most importantly, I need to thank my girlfriend Chrissy for being here today for support. She's behind the scenes with the funeral home, does a lot that nobody sees. So I just want to thank everybody that's involved.
Well, share with us, how did D.W. Brooks get started?
Yes, sir. Brooks Funeral Home was founded by my father in 1990. We started in Gonzales, Texas. A lot of people don't know that. In 1995, we were able to open the funeral home in San Antonio on 2950 East Houston Street, San Antonio, 78202. Famously, we're across the street from the AT&T Center where the Spurs play. So we've been in the community for 25 years, and we're going into our 30th year total. Prayerfully and thankfully, we'll be opening our new facility in the fall, winter of this year on the northeast side, kind of by Kirby. So we're excited about that.
Now, in serving in our community with such good taste, what is it that you do to make the families feel welcome and loved and cared for?
Our goal at the funeral home is to treat every family like our own. I mean, death is very hard. It's probably the hardest day, week, moment for that person to deal with, losing mom, dad, brother. But you have to slow down and you have to just take care of that family. The biggest thing I like to do is make myself available. I give my cell phone number to every family I work with. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me. And sometimes we do get calls in midnight. Hey, I just remembered this. It's okay. If I hear it, I'm jumping up and I'm going to try to answer. And that's what I try to teach to all the staff at the funeral home is, we're personable. It is a job and, you do have to take care of things. But these are people. These are real stories. Each person back there has a full life that just passed and great stories and great times. So that's what I take pride in. And I really enjoy reading the obituaries in the programs because I get to know something about that person I'm taking care of back there as well. So it means a lot to them. And I really love my families. I'm thankful that they give us a chance. There's over 36 funeral homes in San Antonio. So to give Brooks Funeral Home an opportunity means a lot. San Antonio is constantly growing. And I'm just glad they remember us and they keep giving us a chance.
just have to ask, financially. There's some folks that are not financially able and capable. They may be short of funds. How do you work with them?
Of course. The biggest way that I think I'm trying to help families is we've created packages with the funeral services. We have a complete one-day service that starts at about $3,000, and that's a service with the casket, which I think is really competitively fair versus the national average funerals about $8,000. So that's how we're trying to save from the beginning versus playing those games at some places that offer huge discounts. This is the everyday price. It's on our website, it's on our Facebook page. But there are families that are really just don't have the opportunity, that don't have the funds, and we go about that the best way we can. We have companies that can assist. They also have programs in the state that have funding available for families as needed too. So we definitely try to see what they can qualify for to help them. And last, cremation's on the rise. And we do offer a cremation package that's really, really a good price, so under $1,000 to help someone get that taken care of.
Now, I just lost an aunt not too long ago, but I've learned something. We may pay for the casket, but the ground needs to be paid for as well.
Well, first off, my condolences about your aunt. And that is true. Funeral homes and cemeteries can be separate charges. They're a separate store in a sense. Even if the funeral home owns a cemetery, you still have to pay for that ground. And that can be quite expensive, and some people aren't prepared for it. So I definitely love to make sure that's known in the arrangements. And even when we're pre-planning, looking at options, what funeral home, is it going to be us? Hopefully. And then what cemetery? And let's go through those options. Let's call today, and maybe we can do a pre-plan to lock in those costs. That's the benefit of pre-planning a funeral or cemetery. We can lock today's price for when something happens 10, 20, 30 years from now, the price in the future.
And when you lock in today's price, that price never changes?
That is correct. The price will not increase, only if you add something to it. The good thing about pre-planning as well is transferable. So you might get a plan with us, hit the lotto, move to Florida, you can still take your pre-planned package to Florida to another funeral home. They have the option to honor that exact price, but at least you have money kind of put aside for it already.
Okay. What are the plans? I know you did mention earlier that you're expecting a new building, but what are the plans? What's the future for D.W. Brooks?
We're continuing to grow. And we're thankful, and like I said, we thank God, we thank the community for the support with this expansion, this new location, 10,000 square foot building, 4 chapels, so we'll be able to serve more families. And that's our biggest goal, is pushing that and trying to connect with the community. We'll offer different things that are new to a funeral home, such as a reception hall, and we'll be having other events going on. So we want to be more than just your community funeral home. We want to connect and hang out with the community. So we'll be having little functions and social events to be coming soon. So once that happens, we'll be sharing more of that.
I love that. I love that. Sharing, giving, and providing. Share with us. Let's take a little time and just share with us what's on your heart that you would like for the listeners to know.
Today makes 1 week that Kobe Bryant's passed, and I always look at every death, and of course his daughter and the other victims that passed as well. But I want to kind of reflect on what we can learn from that. And one thing that I try to preach and tell everybody is, are you prepared? Nobody wants to pass away, but what's going to happen after? Is your family prepared? Are they left in a good situation? Do you have insurance? Do you have burial insurance? Do you have a will? Do you have your stuff in order? And a lot of time we live life and you don't want to talk about that, but that's really important. You don't want to meet me, in a sense, at the funeral home, and you've never thought about it. What color casket did mom or dad want? Where's their insurance policy? Where's the, anything? So it's a conversation that needs to happen at every family household, every table. If something happens, where's the stuff at? And if not, it's never too late to get started on pre-planning or get a life insurance plan. I am a life insurance agent, and you don't have to get one from us, but you need to get one from somebody. That's important, is reflecting on what we can do to be prepared for tomorrow. Because it's coming, and we got to cross that walk one day. So
share with us your social sites, how ones can get in touch with you.
Of course, we're on Facebook. We have a website. Our Facebook page is Brooks Funeral Home, and our website is brooksfuneralhome.com. So you can find us. You can Google search us. We're out there, and of course, my personal page is no secret, Danny Brooks on Facebook. So you can definitely add me as a friend, and I do talk about funeral topics from time to time as well. So, and you can see a little bit of my personal life.
Okay. And any last words that you like to also share before we go?
Of course. Whenever death happens in the family, I always stress to families that, I want them to come use us, but treat it like you're going out somewhere. Do your research, do your due diligence. I say check Google, Yelp, Facebook. Are the funeral homes topics current? Are the reviews good? Do they have any reviews? Do they answer their phone? So, I definitely say do your research and call around. Searching from 3 or 4 different funeral homes in any city, any state can be a huge difference in price. And maybe you're just paying for the casket as a difference versus the quality of work. So, I definitely pride us on being timely, prompt, caring for our families, but make sure that initial phone call with them feels like you're treated as a family versus feeling as a number. And I'm not knocking anybody's business, but wherever I go, I definitely like that personal connection. So I think that's very big in the funeral industry and any industry. When I go to a restaurant, I want to be greeted and, treated like I'm somebody. So, I just think everybody should take their time and search around before you make a big decision that's really important. You can only do the funeral once. A lot of things we can do multiple times in life, but it's a big deal.
San Antonio and global listeners, we've been listening to and sharing with us today on Rhema Gospel Express right here at KROV FM Radio, Mr. Danny Brooks, a young man who has taken on big steps and has a big heart like his daddy. Oh, yes. So continue. Once again, before we leave, share with us your social sites.
Of course, our funeral home address, 2950 East Houston Street, San Antonio, 78202. Our new facility will be coming in the fall, winter, in Kirby, Texas area. So we'll be going public with that information, and you can find it on our website, brooksfuneralhome.com, or Facebook at brooksfuneralhome.com.
This is DJ Miss Eclectic, and you're tuned in to the Rhema Gospel Express. Choo choo!